So next students comes to the theorem here. If a not equal to 0 is an idempotent element of an integral domain with unity, then a equal to 1 they asked. Okay, now we already know about idempotent element. An element A in a ring capital R is called an idempotent element if a square equal to a, don't forget it. If a square equal to a, then a is called idempotent element. Okay, na? So here also they given small a non-zero element is an idempotent element of an integral domain. It is a, here the ring is integral domain. What is integral domain? Commutator ring with unity and without zero divisors. Okay, so here in an integral domain they are taking a small a not equal to 0 as idempotent element. Then what we have to prove? A equal to 1. A equal to 1 అంటే ఇంటిగ్రల్ డొమైన్లో కనుక స్మాల్ ఏ అని ఒక ఐడెంపోటెంట్ ఎలిమెంట్ తీసుకుంటే అది ఏ, ఆ ఏ అనేది ఒకటిని ప్రూవ్ చేయాలి. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? ఇన్ ఎన్ ఇంటిగ్రల్ డొమైన్ ద ఓన్లీ ఐడెంపోటెంట్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఈజ్ 1. 1 ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ ద ఐడెంపోటెంట్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఇన్ an integral domain. That is the concept of this theorem. Okay, na? What understand? In an integral domain, the idempotent element is only 1. 1 is only the idempotent element in an integral domain. That is the concept of this theorem. That is what we are going to prove. So for example, for that, right, come to the proof. మనం ప్రూవ్ చేస్తుందంటే అసలు స్టేట్మెంట్ యొక్క ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే వాడి స్టేట్మెంట్లో ఏమి ఇస్తున్నాడు? 1 మాత్రమే ఇంటిగ్రల్ డొమైన్లో ఉండే ఐడెంపోటెంట్ ఎలిమెంట్. అంటే ఏంటి? ఏదన్నా సరే ఒక ఐడెంపోటెంట్ ఎలిమెంట్ తీసుకుంటే దాన్ని 1 అని మనం ప్రూవ్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, ఫర్ దట్ సపోజ్ స్మాల్ ఏ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 ఈజ్ an idempotent element of an integral domain capital R. Integral domain capital R. Okay na? So capital R integral domain దానిలో మనం idempotent element small a తీసుకున్నాను. See the theorem of an integral domain with unity. They are separately mentioned with unity, but in the definition of integral domain there is already 1 is there. Why? Because the definition of integral domain is commutator ring with unity. So with unity is already included in the definition of integral domain. There is no need to define with unity separately in this theorem. That's why I am not going to write this one. Okay na? So suppose a not equal to 0 is an idempotent element of an integral domain capital R. So what is the idempotent element? What is the meaning of idempotent element? A square equal to a. Now what we have to prove? We are going to prove a equal to 1. ఇప్పుడు నేను a equal to 1 అని ప్రూవ్ చేయబోతున్నాను. So that implies take a to this side. A square minus a equal to 0. That implies take a common. A into a minus 1 equal to 0, which is in the form ab equal to 0. A into b equal to 0. Okay na? Here capital R is integral domain. What is integral domain? Commutator ring with unity, and the last one is without zero divisors. What is the definition of without zero divisors? If a into b equal to 0, then a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. ఇంటిగ్రల్ డొమైన్ లాస్ట్ కండిషన్ అంటే వితౌట్ జీరో డివిజిబిలిటీ. అంటే ఏబీ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 అయితే ఏ అన్న 0 అవ్వాలి, బి అన్న 0 అవ్వాలి. ఇన్ ద సిమిలర్ మేనర్ హియర్ ఏ ఇంటూ ఏ మైనస్ 1 ఈక్వల్ టు 0. సో సిన్స్ capital R is without zero divisors, capital R is without zero divisors. So AB equal to 0 అయితే either A equal to 0 or A minus 1 equal to 0. A అన్న 0 అవ్వాలి, A minus 1 0 అవ్వాలి. But here A not equal to 0 they given. So since A not equal to 0, so what we have? A minus 1 equal to 0. So that implies A equal to 1. So we have to prove A equal to 1. So we see, now we see a theorem regarding idempotent element. A theorem regarding idempotent element. So what is a theorem? If in an integral domain 1 is only the idempotent element. Okay na? Next comes to another definition, nilpotent element. Nilpotent element. Nilpotent element. What is a nilpotent element? Already we see idempotent element definition we know. A square equal to A, then A is called idempotent element. But here comes to nilpotent element. What is a nilpotent element? For example, if we take any non-zero element A in capital, in a ring capital, find A square, A cube, A power 4. Here A matra non-zero ne. A non-zero element, A square, A cube, A power 4 and so on. For some in integral power, if for any integral power A power n, if A power n equal to 0, then A is called nilpotent element. Here A is non-zero, A non-zero ne, కానీ A square, A cube, A power 4 కనుక్కుంటూ వెళ్ళండి. ఏదో ఒక పవర్లో at any some certain integral power n, if A power n equal to 0, then A is called nilpotent element. కానీ basically in real number system it is impossible. If we take 2 not equal to 0, 2 square, 2 cube, 2 power 4 and so on, whatever it may be, it never be 0. Okay na? But some circumstances in some separate rings, if we take for example Z6 or just like rings, if we take in some separate rings, we see these definitions. We have these types of nilpotent elements. So what is nilpotent element? A is non-zero, but at any for some if we find A square, A cube, A power 4 and so on, some certain integral power, if A power n equal to 0, then A is called nilpotent element. A square, A cube and so on కనుక్కున్నప్పుడు ఆ పవర్స్లో ఏదో ఒక పవర్లో ఏదో ఒక A power n దగ్గర మనకి ఆన్సర్ 0 వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, ఈ ముందు నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0నే. A square, A cube, A power 4 నాన్ జీరో రానివ్వండి, ఏదో ఒక పవర్ దగ్గర మనకి 0 వచ్చిందంటే అప్పుడు ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ ఏమంటారంటే nilpotent ఎలిమెంట్ అంటారు. Okay, so let A not equal to 0 be an element in a ring capital R. Okay na? We say small a is a nilpotent element. We say small a is a nilpotent element if there exists a positive integer, small n such that A power n equal to 0. So A మాత్రం నాన్ జీరోనే, దాన్ని నిలిపోటెంట్ చెప్పాలంటే ఏదో ఒక పవర్ దగ్గర 0 అవ్వాలి. ఇట్ ఈస్ ద డెఫినేషన్ ఆఫ్ నిలిపోటెంట్ ఎలిమెంట్. ఓకే now we see the definition of a nilpotent element. Now comes to the theorem regarding this nilpotent element. What is the statement? An integral domain has no nilpotent element other than 0. Okay na? Ante basically in the definition of nilpotent element, an element small a is called, we starting with the sentence. Okay na? Here A not equal to 0, it must. Okay na? A non-zero element small a is called nilpotent element. What he asking that in an integral domain has no nilpotent element other than 0. That means there are no any nilpotent elements in an integral domain. If it exists, it must be 0. అంటే ఇంటిగ్రల్ డొమైన్లో అసలు nilpotent elements అనేవి ఉండవు, ఒకవేళ ఉంటే అది 0 అవ్వాలి అంటున్నారు. ఓకేనా? సో కమ్ టు ద ప్రూఫ్. సపోజ్ capital R is an integral domain and let small a belongs to capital R be a nilpotent element. Okay na? So suppose capital R is integral domain and small a belongs to capital R is nilpotent element. Now what we have to prove? This nilpotent element must be 0. Now we prove A equal to 0, but in contrary way assume A not equal to 0. Okay na? Basically we have to prove A equal to 0, but here we take in the contrary A not equal to 0. Mana A equal to 0 చెప్పాలి, నాన్ జీరోగా తీసుకున్నాను. Here since what is your small a? Nilpotent element. Since small a is nilpotent, so by the definition there exists a positive integer small n a positive integer small n belongs to capital N such that a power n equal to 0. Okay na? So that implies write a power n as a into a power n minus 1 equal to 0. A into a power n minus 1 equal to 0, which is in the form ab equal to 0. Okay na? But here capital R is an integral domain. So last condition of integral domain is without zero divisibility. Without zero divisibility. Since capital R is an integral domain, comma, by zero divisibility, by without zero divisibility, comma, ab equal to 0 means either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. So either a equal to 0 or a power n minus 1 equal to 0. But here a not equal to 0. Since a not equal to 0, we have a power n minus 1 equal to 0. Again write a power n minus 1 as a into a power n minus 2 equal to 0, which is in the form again ab equal to 0. Okay na? ab equal to 0. మళ్ళీ ఇది a into a power n minus 2 is equal గా తీసుకోండి. ఇది మళ్ళీ ab equal to 0 లా ఉంది. Again by without zero divisibility, without zero divisibility, we have either a equal to 0 or a power n minus 2 equal to 0. Again since a not equal to 0, since a not equal to 0, we have a power n minus 2 equal to 0. Next we come to write a power n minus 2 as a into a power n minus 3. On continuing this process, on continuing in this process, we have first of all we take a power n equal to 0. Next it comes to a power n minus 1 equal to 0. Then it comes to a power n minus 2 0. Okay na? If we observe the integral power, integral powers must be decreasing. So up to n minus 1, n minus 2, and lastly comes to a square equal to 0. ముందు ఏ పవర్ n ఈక్వల్ టు 0 వచ్చింది, తర్వాత ఏ పవర్ n minus 1 ఈక్వల్ టు 0, తర్వాత ఏ పవర్ n minus 2, అలా పవర్స్ అనేది తగ్గుతూ మనకి ఏ స్క్వేర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0కి వచ్చింది. Write again a square equal to 0 as a into a equal to 0. Again it is in the form ab equal to 0. Again by without zero divisibility, either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. But in any places we have a. a b equal to 0, either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. In the both places a and b we have a, so compulsory a equal to 0. Okay na? But here we assume that a is not equal to 0, but finally we get a equal to 0. Okay na? This is a contradiction. This is a contradiction to దేని కాంట్రడిక్షన్, a not equal to 0 కాంట్రడిక్షన్. ఈ కాంట్రడిక్షన్ ఎందుకు వస్తుంది? we have assume a not equal to 0. a not equal to 0గా అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకోవడం వల్ల మనకి ఈ కాంట్రడిక్షన్ వస్తుంది. therefore our assumption is wrong. Therefore our assumption is wrong. Our assumption is wrong. What is that assumption? A not equal to 0, so it is wrong. So a must be equal to 0. Therefore a equal to 0. Okay.